Right, so we're continuing. You can see I've moved along a little bit since the last picture. I've kind of put more of the helmet on there. Now, while the character is uh, meant to be realistic, of course, you know, the point of it is that you can always cheat with other things as well. So, I've forgotten, where's my reference picture gone? Oh, goodness me, where's my reference picture gone? Let me just quickly get back to that reference picture because we need. I lost the reference picture because I was doing something else. Yes, I was doing something else and I lost it. So I just need to find that picture again. Here we go. And then I'll zoom into the head like that. Because we need to see what the costume looks like. Otherwise, we're just guessing all the time, and it's just not necessary. You know, this is not a test to prove that I can draw over and over again. It's just to get the job done, basically. And this is why it's very easy to have the reference there. That way, this is what she looks like, and this is what we're drawing. As I said, it's not a test. It's just to get the job done. Now I'm gonna just. She's got some kind of shoulder paddy things with this kind of brace thing that is attached to some kind of backpack. Now, primarily, the idea behind Millennium 5 is that, of course, they use an ultra state of the art technology as designed and invented by their arms creator, Lee Sin Q, and they use something called liquid nano liquid technology, and that is housed on the backs of each of them with this backpack thing and this access here. They can shoot lasers from here as well. And of course, I should emphasize as well that Millennium 5, all their weapons are non-lethal, uh, so they don't kill at all. No, no. And the idea for non-lethal weapons is not a new one. There is a lot of non-lethal weapons out there, but people just choose not to use them for whatever reason. Right. Anyway, so there you go. So something I wanted to talk about with the female characters in particular. There are two female characters in Millennium 5, Gadgetana and Le Kix. I'm not sure which one this is at the moment. But the both characters, uh, on many occasions, particularly this picture and the other one, they have been both mistaken for men. And I can understand why, because they're largely covered up. They're not wearing a traditional Muslim garb as women, soldiers, or fighters, of course. So it's hardly surprising that people would think that they're men. But I am still, even though I've pretty much, I think anyway, finalized their uniform, not costume, I'm still trying to find ways to feminize it, to make it look more like a woman without going down the boring traditional comic book way of just giving them massive boobs and cleavage and hips, massive hips, and hair everywhere. Obviously, I'm not going to show their hair. You will never see the hair of the female characters in Millennium 5. They are full hijabis. Uh, but in terms of their uniform, you know, it's difficult to figure out how to make them look more feminine and practical at the same time. So the only thing that distinguishes them, let me go back to this original picture here. The only thing that really distinguishes them between the men is that they may have lipstick, or they may have this tassel thing. Of course, they have the body of a woman. They have this little dress thing, and that's the only really thing that distinguishes them from the male team members, which would be Rain, Quartz, and Korori. So I'm still, if you have any suggestions of how I can make them look more feminine without making them look impractical, because they are soldiers, they are combat efficient, very efficient individuals. These are no nonsense women and men. And let me just bring you back to, if you can see, if you look at any of the characters on Millennium 5, not one of them is smiling. The only person that might be smiling is Korori. Um, and that's because he's smiling out of pure sarcasm. But none of my pictures of them are smiling whatsoever, because these people, they're not playing. So they're not, you know, happy-go-lucky. So this is why this face, obviously she's shooting something, so I suppose I'd have to give her a bit of a scowl. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn off the layer that I'm tracing from, so that we can only see what I've just quickly knocked out as I was talking there, you see? And then I can zoom back into the face and get those teeth in there. You wanna shoot me? You wanna shoot me? Or whatever she said. Alright, you see? You see, so you can see how I'm using the source reference, but of course I'm changing it to suit the expression I want in her face and the kind of mood I want to set for the image. You know, the original picture, she's kind of like, oh, kind of looking amused somehow, but I want it to look, you know, quite aggressive. Obviously, she's in the middle of something here with her non-lethal weapons, but it doesn't suit my characters. As I said at the moment, I'm not interested in them being all nice and hairy, fairy, and pretty and looking. So because of that, it's making it harder to make the women look more feminine without looking sexual or looking impractical. As I said, as soldiers, as warriors, of course they're going to be wearing practical utilitarian outfits that are for combat. You know what I mean? They're going onto the field of battle to fight, to deal with real world threats. No matter how much technology they have, at the end of the day, it's a human being interfacing with other human beings, and there's always conflict there. And in those areas of conflict, there has to be you have to consider the practical aspect of how they are going to deal with any given circumstances. Okay, I'm gonna stop here for a second, but you can see I'm drawing the gun in there. Again, giving you a bit of an insight into the Millennium 5. Any suggestion, guys? I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching again, and I'll speak to you soon. I hope you enjoyed that quick one there. You can see without the background there. So I've got a way to go. Okay, guys, thanks again. Take care. Assalamu alaikum.